Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. We're here on this beautiful pre-fall day. It's gorgeous outside. And today we're going to be making a nice quick Chinese dish, one of my favorites, called Tumeric Fried Rice. And I'm going to be adding some ham to it, similar to the Chinese roast pork fried rice. This is actually going to have chunks of ham steak. And I enjoy the flavor very much. So the ingredients are pretty much straightforward Chinese style. You've got your basic egg, you got a quarter cup of peas, a little, what do you call the sauce? A little soy sauce, a little oyster sauce. Here's the chopped ham. I've got some chopped onion, and of course the turmeric powder. See that right here in case you hadn't run across it before. And of course some canola oil to do some stir frying. So I'm going to be heating up the oil to medium high on my wok. And I guess there, Mrs. Videographer, you can probably
move over
here
okay.
Now. So I'll be pulling the ingredients from here and dumping them in. Okay, I'm basically going to just do a quick scrambled egg. And then on top of the scrambled egg, just before it's done, I will be adding the ham. Well, of course, the ham is already pre-cooked. This is a ham steak I just chopped up. And when I got the ham and the egg done, I'm going to take it out of the pan, put it on the side to be used at the back end. So, let's see if the wok is hot enough yet. Let's see. Okay. Just going to let it heat just a bit more. And here we go. Okay. Can you see that, man?
I can see it perfect.
All right. Well, as you see, I'm basically essentially making scrambled eggs. They're almost done now. I'm going to throw in the ham. Basically just to get it integrated with the egg. But as I said, it's already cooked, and it'll be heated again later on. Now on top of that, I'm going to be adding these peas. These are peas were frozen, semi-frozen. Either way is fine. I'm going to throw that in there. And again, this serving is for one. It's just for me. Obviously, if you can be serving 2 or 4 people, just multiply the recipe proportionally. No other changes will be necessary. All right, now that that's essentially done, I'm going to move this and take this out of the pan and put it on a plate for later use. So, let's see if I can do this. All right, get that in there. I'm going to close the heat for the moment while I scoop this out. It's a pleasure now owning a gas stove. For many, many years I cooked with an electric stove, and I simply didn't get along with it very well, and they didn't like me either. So it's very nice to go back to an old-fashioned gas stove. I seem to understand it better. The flame seems to be truer. The heat seems to be hotter, if you will, or at least
more even.
Or at least more even. That's a better explanation of it. Okay. What I'm going to do right now, and we'll come back in momentarily, I'm just going to do a quick clean out of the wok. Okay, we just did a quick clean out of the wok. I've added some oil back in, as you can see. Again, I'm working at around medium to slightly medium-high-ish. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, again, remember this is only for one serving. I'm going to put in a half a pint, which would be roughly 1 cup of pre-cooked, refrigerated, day-old white rice. That's the best. If you can't arrange that, do what you can, but this will give you the best flavor and the best texture on the rice. So that's going in right now. Okay. Make sure you get rid of any clumps. Clumps are bad. And what I like to do is I like to kind of press it down, not necessarily to brown or crispy, but a little bit more than just the normal cold rice would have. It's a little texture on the bottom. However, if you do like, a crispier flavor or even a brown flavor in your fried rice, then just heat it for a little longer. But as you see, I'm pressing it down, letting it heat through. This just came out of the fridge, as I said, so it's cold. So we're going to give it a little while here for a minute. I'm just trying to get rid of those. Alright, so that's going on there. If the camera moves slightly...
No, it didn't move.
It's because my wife is very preoccupied with the Yankee game.
But it didn't move.
Even though they annoy me to death. I don't know how she managed not to look and not move the camera. That's very impressive.
No, I moved my head, not my hand.
I'm hearing an argument now to 50 married people.
50 year, yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Close.
Some ridiculous number. All right, so you can hear that sizzling away. Just going to let it sit there for just a moment. What's going to happen momentarily is I'm going to add back the egg pea ham mixture again. All right. And then I'll be adding some oyster sauce and some soy sauce.
And your onion.
And now, before I do that, I'm going to move the rice to the side right now. Okay, I'm going to throw in my onions. Okay, and on top of those, I'm going to add the half a tablespoon of the turmeric. Okay, so half a tablespoon of turmeric that'll be going in. Add that right there. Give that a good stir. Now some people might do the onions first and then throw the rice in second. That's more than acceptable. And if in reality, as mine has, if it's become a tad dry, put a very small amount of additional oil just by the onions. Not much, you don't need much. Okay. And get them nicely fried up. Give the rice a little fold over. Okay, we're looking good here. It smells good. Even to my wife, who doesn't really appreciate the taste of turmerics or curries or any of that stuff.
Oh, it does smell good.
And it does smell very good, though. Okay, now, once the onions are starting to soften up, which they are, we're now going to add back the egg mixture. Okay, that's going to go back in right now. I'm going to give that a nice stir now, because now we want to get everything essentially mixed up. She's having she's having a stroke from the turmeric. Now a half of a teaspoon of oyster sauce will go in next. half a teaspoon of oyster sauce. We'll go back in if it decides to come out. This stuff is quite unbelievable, and I've already heated it up.
Like glue.
All right. I guess that's close enough. We can get it in there. And now we're going to put a half a tablespoon of oyster sauce, soy sauce. Get that mixed up. And once it's thoroughly mixed, our meal is ready. As you can tell, even a half a pint of rice is a considerable quantity for one person, because the egg and the ham, of course, take space, but it gets a little trickier once you get down to smaller quantities, but you're more than welcome to try. But if you like this stuff, you'll wind up eating more than you should anyway. Okay, just gonna let it sit there for a minute.
You like over there? Good boy.
So far we've managed to get this far without one dog bark, which would be amazing if we pull it off, because he has just ventured over. No doubt
He smells it.
Food cooking.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he loves turmeric, contrary to what Regina thinks.
He probably does.
Okay, I'm going to plate it now. Should pretty much be done. You'll have to excuse me today. I'm a little bit slower. I've got a bad hand, and it's kind of cutting into my cooking style. All right. Okay, that'll do for now. Let me just make that nice and pretty, just in case you people want to take it to the Culinary School of Cooking. And there's your finished product. Tumeric fried rice with ham. And I promise you it is delicious. So, from the Insecure Chef, saying thank you so much for stopping by. The best of day from me and Regina. And have a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.